Guys, it's the end of the year. We're almost in December. And so it's time for us to start reflecting on how our year went and how we want next year to go. My favorite time of the year. Because I feel like I try to be a very goals oriented person because I really struggle with motivation and I really need to work on my discipline, if that makes sense. Something I love to do is I love to sit down at the end of the year, and I've done this for the last couple of years, and be like, what did I accomplish this year? And what do I want to accomplish next year? That way I'm celebrating my goals, and that way I'm not like hating on myself for what I didn't accomplish. Like, I'm not even going to focus on what I didn't accomplish this year. I'm focusing on what I did and what I want to improve and continue to work on next year. I wrote down everything and I'm going to share it with you guys. So first on my list of what did I accomplish this year, I came home from my LDS mission, which is where I served for 18 months. I went out and I served others. I taught people about Jesus. I did those things for 18 months down in Missouri and Arkansas. I did that from June of 2023 all the way to this year, January 2025. It was a really difficult but amazing experience, and I could talk about that more if you guys want to hear a little bit more about that. If you're curious about it, I would love to share. So I accomplished it. I finished it. I came home at the beginning of January. Right after that, I met my husband and I started dating him. So, a little more on that. Yes, we only dated like 8 months before we got married, which was the only thing we could do, to be honest. I knew I was going to marry him on our first date. Like, I could do a whole story time on that if you want to hear it. I would love to share about my husband's and my story. The first date, I knew I was going to marry him. I just immediately fell in love with him and everything was right. And because he is in nursing school and because he's so busy, it was the best time for us to get married in August. I would have not have wanted to wait when I already knew he was my person, so why wait? And he's my best friend. We do everything together, so why wait? The next thing I accomplished, I started my TikTok, which was really scary for me because I'm really afraid. I spent a lot of my life being afraid of other people's judgment and being afraid of what they think of me. So this was huge for me. My mom doesn't use TikTok anymore, but I was really scared of like my family seeing what I'm doing. Like my sister Maddie might be watching this right now. I love you, girl. I started TikTok and there's over 2,000 of you right now, and that's so incredible. Like, how cool is that? So that was a huge accomplishment for me. Writing 33,000 words is such a huge accomplishment for me, especially as someone that struggles with like motivation and really works on discipline. So that was really great for me. Being able to share my book with other people so far and letting them read a good portion of it has been really humbling but also incredible. So it's helping me be better and I love that. I have a third of it done basically. So for the first draft at least. Next thing is I got a job I absolutely love. I work as a caregiver. I had first run into like in-home caregiving on my mission and I just loved the idea of it, and I never expected I would come home and be a caregiver, but the opportunity arose for me and I took it immediately and I was so happy. It's just been incredible this year and I've loved every second of working as a caregiver. Next thing I accomplished is I've actually made the decision to start therapy, which is really scary for me. I'm starting in December. It's really scary for me and it's just a humbling experience to start that. I'm nervous, but I'm also really grateful for God for giving me that opportunity to start therapy and to do it. So, last but not least, I read 17 books, which on a normal year, I probably would have read close to 100. Like, that's my reading basis is I read, 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 read. But over the last few years, because I was on my mission, I didn't read like anything. We could only read like scriptures and other church approved books. Coming back, it was really hard for me to sit and focus on a book. So reading 17 books is actually a huge accomplishment for me, and I'm hoping to read 25 by the end of the year, except I've been in the worst reading slump. So I think though, because I am reading this world, I can get a few more of those done before the end of the year. But I'm super excited that I did that, and reading is just one of my biggest hobbies and I love reading so much. Next, what do I want to accomplish next year? You ask? Let me tell you. I want to finish writing my book, the first draft. Actually, not even just the first draft. I actually want to finish writing my book, and it's going to be so hard. I don't think that's going to happen by the end of this year. I want to get at least 75% done by the end of the year. As I told myself, my goal is between the end of the year and my birthday to finish the first draft. So I really want to finish like the whole book by the end of next year and hopefully like start the process of getting it published. So that's my goal. So you guys can hold me accountable, please. Next is I want 10,000 friends on TikTok. I want so many book besties, writing besties. I want people to like, I want to build a community here. That's something I've been striving for. And I'm working on like commenting more on people's stuff, like because I do watch a lot of everyone's stuff. I watch it, but I'm not like the biggest commenter, so I'm trying to engage more and build like a community because I love it. Next, I want to finish my creative writing associates. I'm actually like I should be done sooner than I will be, but because of my husband's nursing school, we're prioritizing his studies versus mine because honestly, like creative writing, like whatever. Not that it's whatever, but it's really not as important to me that I finish my degree versus him. Next, I really want to work on prioritizing my health. I have had a lot of health issues since last year, like summer of last year, and it's just gone over into this year, and it just hasn't gotten any better. And so for the last year and a half, I've struggled a lot. I'm really going to prioritize my health, like therapy, mental health, physical health, like spiritual health. That's something I'm going to prioritize a lot. I used to love going to the gym. I really want to start getting back into that, like just eating right, like fueling my body, because when I did that, I was so healthy and I felt so much better all the time. I wasn't as tired. So I really want to work on that. Next, I want to read 50 books. Originally, I put 75 books, but I was like, I just kind of want to double my goal of this year, so 50 books, which I think is super accomplishable. Like, it's super easy, to be honest, for me. Yeah, I could read more books than that. I don't know. But if I'm busy, I don't want to like push off other priorities to read, if that makes sense. But I do want to make sure I'm reading a lot more. And I'm getting a Kindle, so I can read on my Kindle more often too. Next is I want to have daily scripture study. When I came home from my mission, I was really good for a couple months, and then I really fell off of it. I probably study my scriptures once a week, which isn't good. I need to be better about spending that time with Jesus and making God and Jesus a priority in my life. So I want to go back to that and go back to those old habits I had. Last but not least, I really want to prioritize my health because I really want to have children. I really think that my husband and I are going to prioritize having kids and starting that process next year. We don't know yet, but that's something that we really want to do and that we're praying about. So that's like on the like baseline, like we'll see what happens with that, but that's what we really want. So kind of just depends on his schooling and all that, what we can do with that. Those are the things I accomplished this year. Those are the things I want to accomplish next year. Let me know in the comments what you accomplished this year. Please, like, prioritize that and what you want to accomplish next year. I want to hear it all. I want to hear your accomplishments, your goals, things you are striving forward towards, and we can keep each other accountable, but we can also have fun with this because we don't need to be beating ourselves down because we didn't accomplish all of our goals. We didn't finish our New Year's resolutions. Like, I don't even like the thought of New Year's resolutions. I just like the thought of becoming 1% better. You know, it's that idea of that we're doing everything in our power to be able to just improve. Let me know what your thoughts are. If you watched all of this, leave your favorite emoji down below and what you want to accomplish next year. I love you guys so much. Thank you for everything. Thank you for being here. This community is a dream that I've built, and I love you so much. I will see you soon. Bye.